Rumours persist that Ncuti Gatwa has finished his tenure as Doctor Who. So who's next? Who is the bookies' favourite? And who do I think should be the Doctor? Welcome to the Tach Impulse podcast, part of the scitrek family.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.
So, after the rumours have been swirling around for about 6 months or so now that Ncuti Gatwa is going to be leaving Doctor Who, very possibly followed by Russell T Davies and maybe by Disney, it does seem increasingly likely that we are going to be getting a new Doctor, assuming the BBC doesn't cancel the show, which I don't think they will. And they have actually released a statement saying, "We're not shelving Doctor Who, stop panicking." In that statement, though, they did not mention Ncuti Gatwa, even though the reason why they made the statement was following the article in The Sun, which said he was quitting. So, if we do get a new Doctor, what are the criteria that Bad Wolf and the BBC need in that actor? Well, first of all, I'll strongly suggest they're probably going to hire a white male. Now, I don't even like saying those words, but if I was them, you don't rock a sinking ship. And I would say, go back to what you know. And all of the previous Doctors that were very popular, particularly in the past, were all white men. So, even though I don't like saying it, as I say, I think that's what they will do. So, what else do they need? They need somebody that has a cheeky side, let's say. Now, Matt Smith was always my favourite Doctor, and he does have a cheeky side. Bow ties are cool. The fez, and that sort of thing. He can play humour really well. He's slightly awkward. He's a slightly odd person, but the Doctor is slightly odd. But the one thing also about Matt Smith was he had a dark side. And when he needed to do that dramatic, almost terrifying moment that the Doctor is more than capable of doing, he was an actor that was very capable of doing it. So for me, the Doctor should be a little bit awkward. He should have almost a childlike sense of wonder. He should have a sense of whimsy. But he should have that dark side. And we need an actor that can fulfill those things. And I'm sorry, Ncuti Gatwa was not it. So, who are the bookies saying are the favourite to take over as Doctor Who? So, I went on to gambling.com a couple of days ago to see what the odds were. And I will tell you that my favourite Doctor, Matt Smith, is currently, on this website, evens with a 50% probability of being the next Doctor. I would actually argue that's quite unlikely, because he has started getting the odd movie role, and House of the Dragon is quite a big deal. As far as I know, he's staying on with that, but we'll see. The second highest chance is Hugh Grant. Now, Hugh Grant is definitely an actor that can do all the things I mentioned, but I can't see him doing it myself. However, Bad Wolf and the BBC desperately do need a big name, somebody that's going to excite Disney into signing a new contract. Hugh Grant could do that, and so could the next couple of names on the list, in fact, Martin Freeman and Tom Hiddleston. Now, both of those actors have forayed into movies. Tom Hiddleston primarily, obviously, is his part in Loki. Would either of those want to do Doctor Who? Well, if they did Doctor Who and it did well, like David Tennant and Matt Smith's Doctor Who's, then it has been a springboard into a much more wide and successful career. But would you take that risk? Diane Morgan is next on the list. I don't even know who that is, and I couldn't be bothered to look her up because it's not going to be a woman, in my opinion. I think they've done that. They saw what happened. I don't think they'll do it again for a while at least. But the next name on the list is Stephen Merchant. Now, Stephen Merchant my first thought is, oh my God, no. But when I first saw Matt Smith, I thought, oh my God, no. I thought, that's not Doctor Who, that this is a weird looking fella, it's not going to work. And Stephen Merchant is a weird looking fella. He can do the comedy, straight up. They would change the Doctor's character that was a bit more like Stephen Merchant's character. So that would work. He can do the dark side. He did a series a little while ago where he played a serial killer, and he was genuinely terrifying, so the man can act. Would he do it? Probably. So I actually think that is not a bad shout. Lydia West is next again. I don't think they're going to do a woman. David Tennant, 4-1 odds at this point, but I actually do understand that in other gambling sites, etc., he's much higher and he's more like evens. Lashana Lynch, again, I don't think it's going to be a woman. Toby Jones is next on the list with 5-1 odds. I can't see that, but Sylvester McCoy worked, and I would say maybe that's if you're going to do a simile with a previous Doctor, that's kind of maybe who you'd pick. Toby Jones is a brilliant actor. I could see him maybe wanting to, but I don't quite see it. Idris Elba's not going to do this, but he is next on the list, and he is 11-2 odds. It's not going to happen. Alan Davis, though, at 6-1 odds. I don't know if he can do the dark side that's needed. I think he can do the whimsy. I think he can do the childlike sense of wonder. I don't know if he's that good an actor. He did do a murder mystery series years ago, which he was okay in, but no, I don't see him. Finally, we've got Danny Dyer at 10-1 odds with a 9% chance of actually getting it. Danny Dyer could do this. But I actually think Danny Dyer's career is seriously on the up. He's maintained a lot of really good parts since his role in EastEnders. And I'm not sure he would see it as a stand-up. But at the end of the day, he would be the star in a major BBC television series. So, look, if they get Disney back on board, the BBC and Bad Wolf will be able to pay whichever actor they choose a cackload of money. So that may just be enough for Danny Dyer to change his mind and go, yeah, okay, go back to having a steady paycheck, decent money. You never know, he might do it. Who I would pick, though, is not on this list. It's David Tennant's mate, Michael Sheen, an actor that I adore. I fell in love with him when I saw him as Lucian in Underworld. I then saw him in Frost vs. Nixon. He played David Frost, which he was just brilliant in. He can definitely do all the things I said that I think the Doctor needs to do. He can play the slightly odd character. He can play that childlike joy. He can play that sense of whimsy and humour. And he can definitely do the dark side. He can definitely do the acting that's needed. He is a phenomenally good actor. Would he? He doesn't get maybe a lot of the movie roles he was getting a little while ago, but that's maybe more through choice. He does do a lot of charity things. He likes to work a lot in Wales, which is obviously where Doctor Who is based and filmed a lot of the time. So it would work from him, possibly on a personal point of view. He can actually, his job wouldn't be that far away. It is the sort of thing that would give him a decent paycheck and could be the thing he focused on for the next few years. Again, from a personal point of view, you might like it. His name has been brought up before when looking at Doctor Who, and actually the Radio Times did a survey just before Ncuti Gatwa was announced, asking people who they wanted, 10,000 votes, and the favourite was Michael Sheen. He actually had to release a statement saying, look, I'm really flattered. Thank you so much for considering me, but I'm pretty sure the next Doctor's been picked already, and it's not me because no one's spoken to me. So he basically said he was flattered, which says he might go for it. For me, Michael Sheen is by far the best person they could go for if he was to agree. And if I was Mickey Mouse and Bad Wolf came to me and went, yeah, all right, the last few years have been bad. We're going to get new writers. We're going to go in a different direction. And we're bringing in Michael Sheen to play the Doctor. An actor that is known in America, that is a properly good actor, that can do all the things and embody all of the aspects the Doctor should embody. I would say for Disney, that might bring them back to the table. That might bring them back, and Mickey Mouse might be there going, "Hello, Pluto," and that's my Mickey Mouse brush, to negotiate and come up with a number that all sides can live with. Or if Mickey Mouse and Disney money does go sideways, and you're Bad Wolf, and you're going to go to Netflix or Amazon or somebody else to try and sell Doctor Who for that next season, you're going to have a much better chance if you've got somebody like Michael Sheen signed on. He would sell the show to another provider. And that is what Bad Wolf and the BBC desperately need. For me, Michael Sheen all the way. But what do you think? Who is your pick for Doctor Who? Who would you put your hard-earned money on if you had to? Obviously, we have the list, the bookies' favourites at the moment, but who's your favourite? Get into the comments and tell me exactly what you think. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out, and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can go to patreon.com/scitrek, where most of our new videos do premiere first, and you get to see them without the adverts. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.